What is going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 164 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Of course, my name is Blaze, and I'll be with you all day on today's episode. Maybe not all day, but I'll be with you for at least the next half hour. I got stuff to do. So, anyway, I'm just kidding. So, anyway, I want to talk about the card on your screen today, Toxapex, and I'm also going to get into a couple of versus matches, and then I should be able to open up another pack of Sun and Moon cards, so stay tuned for that. But on the screen is the card called Toxapex. This card has 110 HP. It's got a 3 retreat cost, which is kind of high for this, for really any Pokemon. I think 3 retreat cost is bordering getting into a situation where you are not going to be able to get out very easily, unless you have like a float zone or something. And then it's also got a weakness to Psychic also, which most Psychic type Pokemon have a weakness to Psychic. Just how they're designed, I suppose. In today's game, that's just how it is. But anyway, so it's got an ability here, and the ability is called Toxic Spikes. So whenever your opponent's active Pokemon retreats, their new active Pokemon is poisoned. Kind of an interesting ability. It ensures that whenever your opponent retreats or switches out their Pokemon, the new active is now poisoned. Not too clear on as to whether or not that means that if a Pokemon uses a switch item or an ability, would that then cause the new Pokemon to be poisoned? I'm guessing no, because the ability specifically states when the Pokemon retreats. So I'm guessing you'd have to select retreat in order, like use your retreat cost in order to make Toxic Spikes activate. But the attack here is Venoshock for 50 damage, plus 50 more damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned. So these attacks work very, very well together. But I think you're going to find more success if you pair it up with something like Spinarak. In Expanded, you can use Toxic Laser, which is something I've never been able to acquire, because I think it's in the Plasma set, and I never got that set. But this card actually is rather good. It's rather good as far as, like, it's not like one of the best stage 1 or stage 2 Pokemon in the game. It's definitely, it's a decent card, and it'll do some decent attacks if you can keep your opponent poisoned, but it's not necessarily bad. So a couple things you can pair this up with, though. I do want to talk about that a little bit. We talked about Spinarak. Before we do that, let's take a look at Marini. Marini has 60 HP, and Poison Sting will poison your opponent's active Pokemon. So this will actually evolve into Toxapex, and of course all you need is the card to do that. But one thing you might look at pairing this up with is, let's see if I can bring it up real quick. I think I just saw it. Golbat, not so much Golbat, but Crobat. This one, not this one. One of these is available for use in the new set. Which one is it? Is it this one? I don't know if it's this one or not. It is this one. Okay. So this is the Crobat that you can use in Expanded, or I'm sorry, in Standard. So it's not the greatest Crobat. In Expanded, the other Crobat and Golbat are probably better because when you evolve, you get to put damage counters on your opponent. This one doesn't do that. This one's just triple poison. For 1 Psychic Energy, will poison your opponent's active Pokemon, and you put 3 damage counters on them instead of 1. So that's kind of nice. And then, of course, it's got a free retreat cost, so if you do happen to poison your opponent, switch out, and then you can, if your opponent doesn't heal it, you can go ahead and use Toxapex attack to do 100 damage. So, you know, I'm not saying this is like the greatest strategy in the world. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to think outside the box here. I like to encourage people to use decks and strategies that you come up with on your own, or that maybe you were kind of toying with and didn't really have like the best use for it, and then you came up with an idea either through, you know, someone sparking something or something registered. I always get kind of jaded when I come up against like the same 3 or 4 decks, you know, 2 or 3 times a night. It's really frustrating. If you can get those cards into a deck and you just want to play a couple of matches to win, I'm all for that. You know, I have no problem with that. But I get I get jaded seeing the same decks, and I think that making a deck that's not the same as, you know, Night March or, uh, Golduck's, you know, Golduck with Starmie, you're going to see those decks quite often, and making a deck that defeats those decks and is something that you came up with on your own, I think is a lot more rewarding. So I challenge you to make a deck that is different than what everybody else is using, and um, see where that gets you. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into a versus match, and maybe a couple of them, maybe 3 of them. We'll see. We'll see how well this goes here. So using the old Gambler deck, that's the deck I've been using all month so far, and it's not been too terribly bad. It's not been wonderful, but it's not been bad. Gambler revolves, if you don't know, Gambler revolves very much so around greedy dice. And I built the deck that way because I wanted it to have greedy dice in it, and I wanted to see if I could make it work. It's not bad. It could always be better. But it's not something I would recommend going out and creating a deck like this on your own right now. I mean, you can if you want to. It's totally fine. Maybe there's a different type. Oh gosh, maybe there's a different typing that you can pair this up with that would actually be a lot better than the one I've got. So something else to keep in mind there is that maybe water is not the best type to use with greedy dice. Maybe there's something else. This person, by the way, has a Typhlosion Eruption deck, which is probably my most hated deck ever because it's so frustrating. Literally, he just drew 3 judges and 4 energy cards. Like, look at this. I don't even know why he has trainer cards in his deck. All he needs is Eruption, maybe a couple things to get Typhlosion out, and then he'll do 260 damage like every single turn. So the reason I hate this deck so much is because it's so quick to get set up, and it just destroys. It steamrolls pretty much everybody. So unless you're able to get set up equally as quick, it's difficult to fight. I'm going to draw a bunch of cards because he's probably going to steamroll me. And I don't want that to happen, but I really don't have a say in the matter, so this is going to be interesting. Very interesting. Let's see, if you're new to my channel, I do want to thank you for tuning in today and any other day that you may have caught me. I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, so definitely check me out if you have not hit that subscribe button. I will be doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. That's coming up real soon. Probably at 100, and then also 500, and then probably 1,000. And those are stretch goals, and I will definitely get there, but it might take some time. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I need to go ahead and grab this Spirit Link. I really only have one chance to evolve into Slowbro EX, and if I'm not able to do it this turn, I can't do it this turn, but if I'm not able to get it or make it happen, okay, then this is going to be a tough match. There's a couple of Pokemon I need to get out here. This one. And I will save the rest of my cards for the next turn. There's a pretty good chance he's going to be able to go ahead and evolve into Typhlosion right now, which means I probably should have just gone ahead and retreated into Manaphy. There it is. Typhlosion, and everything is now dead. Everything is dead. I should have retreated. Made a huge mistake there, folks. That happens from time to time. Sometimes you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. So downhill battle from here. Well played. I'm just going to say well played right now. So I have no problem with someone who builds this deck and actually wants to move up that versus ladder and get a ton of points and open up a ton of packs and do a ton of cool things. No problem with that whatsoever. My challenge earlier in the episode was simply just to try something new and try something that you're not sure if it's going to work, which is what I did with this deck. I don't know if having those greedy dice in my deck is going to have any effect on the outcome of this game, or any game for that matter, because it's still a coin flip and it has to be in the prize cards. So I have no clue if that's going to work. But it's worth testing and it's worth trying, and I think that's what I wanted to do. Oh. So it didn't kill me. Okay. I still don't really have very many options here, especially since he got rid of my cards, so that kind of sucks. Judge is a good card for that because it ensures that, you know, while before I had a ton of options, now I don't. So I think that the strategy here is to get Typhlosion out and then get as many energy cards into the deck as you can so that you can go ahead and deal as much damage as possible. I've actually never had Eruption not kill me, so that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and throw a Remoraid out there so I can maybe get something else going. We'll see how well this works. And then probably Manaphy after that. I've got to get super lucky, though, if I'm going to make anything happen here. I'm guessing he probably has a Lysander at this point to go ahead and make me switch out my Slowbro EX, which would be unfortunate. Could very well happen. And there's also a very, very good chance that on the next turn, even if I knock out Typhlosion, there's a very good chance that this one's going to kill me. So I am not sure whether or not I'm going to get an energy card. So while this is going to be extremely risky and probably not the best move, I'm going to go ahead and put Manaphy up there. Okay. There you have it. Manaphy's dead. There's 2 more prize cards that he gets to take, and but then I can start doing 200 damage every single turn. It's only going to take him 1 energy to get this one powered up. He's probably got that energy in his hand, and if he doesn't, I'm willing to bet he gets it on one of these draws here. But here goes at least 1 prize card I get. That's nice. Okay. And this is where I get destroyed. End of the game. Of course, he's probably going to want to get Cyndaquil out there. And then he's going to need to get another Typhlosion. Are there no energy cards? Yeah, I was going to say, there's got to be an energy card in there. Oh gosh, 3. 240. There you go. End of the game. So, I mean, it was fun. I got a lot farther than I thought I would, but I had to give up a lot of prize cards, and it's super challenging when you get to a point like that. We'll go ahead and do at least 1 more, probably maybe 2 more, depending on the length of time that we take on the next match. But believe me, if I could make that deck and I could use that deck, I would use that deck all the time because it's a good one. I don't think I have the cards for it though. So, am I going first? No. I'm gonna say no. Not this time. Okay. This actually could work. Actually, I probably should have done the other way around because I could have had him powered up on turn 2. On turn 1, really. Well, this will probably be fine too. I have a pretty good feeling about this one. As long as I don't get any early game ins. Uh-oh. This is going to be one of those decks. This is a Golduck Starmie deck. And those are crazy. So I'm going to try to get Slowbro out as quickly as possible. The thing about Golduck is he has only 90 HP. So I think it's 90. I'm pretty sure it's 90. And the thing about that is that Slowbro's regular attack will knock it out. So I'm going to go ahead and let the Pokemon that's out there be KO'd. I can't even use Mega Slowbro, so let's just do this. I can't do it this turn, which kind of sucks. I kind of messed that up a little bit too. Actually, I didn't really mess anything up necessarily. I just I probably should have used, well, the plan was to go ahead and use Skyla to get the Slowbro Spirit Link, but since there's no Slowbro EX here, I don't necessarily need it. So instead what I'm going to do is get all these out of the way. And then get Octillery out there on the next turn. Again, an early game in is going to mess me up pretty hardcore. So, not looking forward to an in. A switch here is probably what he's looking for, and that's cool. Professor Sycamore will probably get him a Golduck or two, maybe even a Starmie or two. Level Ball, 90 HP or less, will get him a Golduck. Or a Staryu. Hey, you know what? Get whatever you want, man. Do whatever you want. Trainer Mail. Here comes the Golduck. Or the Starmie. It's probably going to be Golduck because he can't evolve Staryu right now. Yep. But it's okay. I want you to kill Regice. But you better put a Psyduck down this turn, otherwise I'm going to kill you. Alright. I'm going to straight murder you now. Okay, what's next? Lysander. I don't want to do that yet. I don't think it's going to come in handy necessarily, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't know. This is probably not the... Well, no, let's do this. That's probably better. But I'm going to go ahead and get that KO real quick. I've got 3 greedy dice in the deck, I think that's what I saw. So one of them might be in the prize cards here, so hopefully we'll get one. Okay. The next turn, when he lays down his Psyduck, I'm going to Lysander that Psyduck right out into the open and murder it because I do not like that. And something weird happens to me. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but whenever I have this card attached, I only get the basic. I don't get both. I only get the basic. Dang it. Yeah, he got Golduck also. Something weird happened there. Maybe you guys can explain that to me. But he ended up getting both Golduck and Psyduck into his hand, and I don't know how that's possible. Oh, sweet, sweet mercy. Oh, wonderful. So this is just, everything's coming up Millhouse today, seems like. I will certainly take that. It's been a good change of pace from the last couple of days where I just lose everything. Alright, 100 damage. And I have another Lysander, so if he wants to play another Psyduck or something happens where he can play another Psyduck, I get to murder that too. So the key here is to go ahead and knock out the Psyducks as quickly as possible. I'm still baffled and blown away by how he was able to keep his Psyduck and Golduck when his Psyduck was KO'd. Oh, you got two now. Okay. No energy cards, though. That's really unfortunate. Just a machine right now. Greedy dice? Yes, that is it. Dang it. It never works. It's worked one time. So he can evolve here, and that's fine. He still needs to attach an energy card and have two energy cards in his hand to do the maximum amount of damage, which he still is going to get knocked out next turn by Slowbro, Mega Slowbro, or Slowbro EX. So and I have a heal card. I'm in really good shape right now. I'm going to tell you that much. I'm in very good shape. That puts it into your deck. So he's going to have those cards in his deck now. I feel like he's on this struggle. He's on this uphill battle, and he could very well pull something off. But next turn, he has to have a Psyduck this turn in order to get a Golduck next turn. It doesn't look like he has that. And he'll certainly be able to do 120 damage, and that's fine. Did he just discard a water energy to get one water energy? $60 damage? What? And I get to heal from his stadium card too, so and I get to use a heal card again next turn. So it's always fun when you get into a situation like this where you really can't. I can still mess this up, trust me, but it's not likely. So I can get a Lysander with the VS Seeker if I need to, or if I need to heal myself, I can do that too. I'm likely going to use Lysander if he lays down a Golduck, because I do not want Golduck to be dealing any kind of damage. But at this point, I feel like he's really trying. He's trying desperately hard to do something to keep up. Wow. I don't really need to do that though. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. How much damage does he have? 90? Oh gosh. The thing about the Golduck deck is it can get set up pretty quickly, and it can be pretty devastating to in a lot of situations. I mean, he's got to know, right, that it's not going to be. Oh no. The downside is even if he gets a Golduck right now, he can't evolve his Psyduck. So I really have free reign to do whatever I want to him. I'm just going to knock him out with his Octillery, and that'll be the end of it. And this will probably be my last match today. I'm probably going to go ahead and open up those packs of cards today. So I'll end the game. I'll end this game here, and we'll go into the. I should be able to. I should have enough coins to get another Sun and Moon pack. And over the weekend, I'm going to work really hard to get some more coins and get some more packs of cards and stuff like that. So I'll definitely have some more packs and everything. So let's go ahead and go into the shop real quick, and I'll get those packs out and ready. At least that one pack here. Sun and Moon, the newest expansion. I want this, which is 850 tokens, but I can wait. That's available till the 21st, I think it is, or the 14th, something like that. I think it's the 21st. So here we go. What is inside this Sun and Moon pack? I've opened up a ton of these packs already. Got a ton of cards. Looking for a GX Pokemon. Any of those would be wonderful to have. Nothing new so far. What I've got here is Hariyama. So Hariyama is 130 HP. Push out is 60 damage. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. And Megaton Slap Push is 130 damage. I like this card, but this attack is very costly, and the retreat cost is very costly too. You know, as always, a Float Stone will help out with that retreat cost, but this attack with the DCE and a Fighting Energy and another Energy, you could use it in 3 turns, but man, that's going to be... If someone has a Crushing Hammer or Magic Hammer, it's going to be tough to keep that energy onto Hariyama. Push out's not bad, but it makes your opponent switch their active Pokemon. So it's not going to be consistent damage, so you won't necessarily knock out your opponent after 2 tries. You'll have a new Pokemon out there on the next turn. So Energy Switch is move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. Poliwhirl with 90 HP, Double Slap for 30 damage, times the number of heads, flipping 2 coins, and Wave Splash for 60. I like Poliwrath in this set. I think he's a really good card. Maybe I'll talk about him next week, but or possibly Hariyama. One of the two. I don't know. But either way, I think that Poliwrath is pretty decent, and Poliwhirl, you don't need him to get to Poliwrath, but this is actually not a bad card. 90 HP is kind of low, but aside from that, it's not bad. Steenie is that 90 HP, Sweet Scent, heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon, and Stomp for 20 more damage, or 20 damage plus 20 if you flip heads. Nest Ball, search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Caterpie with 50 HP, Nap, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon, and Gnaw for 20 damage. Skarmory has, I have 5 of these cards by the way, 110 HP, Metallic Sound, discard all special energy from each Pokemon. Not a bad attack. If you know your opponent's using special energy, I mean, just get rid of it. That's kind of nice. And then Aerial Ace is 30 damage, does 30 more if you flip A heads. Morlul has 60 HP, Flickering Spores will put your opponent's active Pokemon to sleep, and Ram will deal 10 damage. And Regenrola, 70 HP, Smackdown for 20 damage, plus 50 more if your opponent's active Pokemon is resistant to fighting types. Sandygast is 80 HP, Shore Up, attach a fighting energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And Sand Tomb, 30 HP, or 30 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your next turn. And in this pack, I got the Steel type energy. So, that is going to do it for me today, folks. I really do appreciate you watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will be back tomorrow with another exciting episode, and I will catch you on... Actually, no, I won't be back tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday, because today is Friday. But enjoy your weekend, folks. I will be back on Monday with another exciting episode, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip.